Hello, everyone, and welcome to David Goodman's Reality and Truth Show. My name is Vanita Lambert, and I am the host of the show because I'm the only one here today. But I'm the host of the show when there are guests as well. But I just want to take a moment and thank everyone here at Soundview Community Media TV for this platform, and thanking David Goodman, may he rest in peace, for implementing this platform so that we can have a place to share resources with our community. So it's a reality talk show, and basically what I'd like to talk about today is something that's very near and dear to my heart. It's an organization I joined about 7 years ago, 2018, I believe I became a member of the National Council of Negro Women. I love this organization, and it's an honor to be a part of an organization like this. So the National Council of Negro Women, we have 5 sections in Bridgeport. So in Connecticut, we have the Bridgeport section, we have the Hartford section, we have New Haven section, and New London section. I'm sorry, forgive me, there's only 4 sections. We used to have Yukon, a collegiate section, but we don't have that anymore, so forgive me, there's only 4 sections in the state of Connecticut. But there are sections in every state, so it is a national program, and every other year we come together and convene and have a big conference in Washington, D.C., which I have never been to, and I am going to make it a point to make it this year because I think there is one this year. Every time it's come up, I've been busy, but it's just, I heard that once you go, you're going to want to go to everyone because it's just so inspiring. You're networking with so many different individuals, sororities, professionals, and people just like you. So what I'd like to do is ask everyone out there, especially in the greater Bridgeport area, to consider becoming a member, or at least, I'm not even going to say become a member. Consider going to a meeting. Consider getting information. And once you get all this information, we would hope that you would want to become a part of this organization. If you want to be a part of something that's bigger than you, something that's meaningful, this is just a great organization. And I can't think of a better time that the sisters need to come together. It is primarily for women. It's all women, and men may join as an associate supporter. That's for men only, but it's just women. It's just us girls. I'm sorry, guys. You can support us, but you can't become a member. You can become an associate member. But it's for African American women, and we are an organization that supports and advocates for other African American women and their families. And the reason for that is that African American women, in my opinion, have been left behind, have been left out, have been left at the end of the line, the bottom of the barrel, or whatever you want to call it. And we need to come together and support one another, respect one another, and build each other up and inspire one another, and start our businesses, support us financially, mentally, physically, whichever way that we can. And I think the number one problem that I've seen within our Black sisters is respect. I think it's important that everyone that's a part of this organization understands that we are all volunteering our time. We're all taking time away from our family, our friends, our jobs, or whatever to become a part of this organization. And I think that regardless of what your title is, regardless of how many assets you have, regardless of, how big your house is or education that you have, that we are all equal people. When I walk into a room, there is no one bigger than me in that room, because if you have a Christian bone in your body, you would know that God created all of us as equals, with the exception of, like I said, you may have more assets, you may have, be more popular or whatever, but as human beings, we are all equals, and I think we all deserve the respect. And that was one of the issues that I have. For some reason, people feel like, some people are beneath them, like they don't have to respect them, like they have, better education or bigger house or bigger title or whatever that is. That is so not the case. These people that feel that way really need to just take a look in the mirror and get over themselves. And until we can come together and start respecting each other and supporting each other, then don't expect anybody else to do it. So I am the second vice president of the membership chair, and I would like to recruit as many people as I can, because we need to grow this organization and we need to come together, if not now, with everything that's going on with our current administration. Everyone's in a panic. They're afraid they're going to lose this and lose that, whether it's Medicaid or, student loans or just whatever. It's kind of a scary time, because we don't know what's going to happen, and we really need to come together and support one another. That is the one thing that Mary McLeod Bethune, the founder of the National Council of Negro Women, really, really wanted. So let me tell you a little bit about what our company, our organization does. I'm always saying company because I'm an insurance agent. The legacy of her people and to the nation, and I'm going to read this to you, was to educate as a part of her legacy to the world. We are seeking women and men who exhibit strong family values, a positive attitude, and a willingness to help others. People who will take a stand. And if you're a Christian, or if you go to church, or even if you don't go to church, you could be a Christian and not go to church. I don't judge anybody, and regardless of your religion, the number one thing is that God says is love God and love others. How can you love others if you're not involved in your community, is my opinion. Oops, I could be a little off on that, but I think you have to want to help others. And it cannot just be about helping your family. You have to reach out and help others, even in your job. Like, I am a life insurance and Medicare broker. So I work for the people. And every time, and I sit down at kitchen tables, and every time I go to a house, I don't always expect to make a commission. The first thing I do is review everything with this client, have a conversation, or this prospective client, have a conversation, find out what the problem is, and look for a solution. And sometimes that solution may involve a commission, and sometimes that solution may not involve a commission. But my mission, my passion, is to help that person. And I look at my business like a little ministry. I am helping the community, because when I go into your house, I'm leaving you, hopefully, with a better place than when I walked in. Whether it's putting you on a budget because you would like to get life insurance, but you really can't afford it right now. And if you pay into life insurance and 6 months down the road, your car breaks down and you miss your payments and you can't make the payments, you're going to cancel the life insurance policy. Well, I don't do that because I know you're going to lose money. So I want to make sure that this product is affordable to you and that you're going to be able to keep it up. So I always, start by asking how much money are you saving when I get to that section of my confidential needs analysis. So that's one of the ways that I help the community. I'll drive anywhere in Connecticut, sit at your kitchen table, and give anybody a free confidential needs analysis on your family, with you, your family, or whomever. And if that information is helpful to you, then my mission is accomplished. Whether you take advantage of the recommendations or whether you're able to take advantage of the recommendations at that time, then that's entirely up to you. It may not be a suitable time. I've sat with people and then have them call me up a year later and say, okay, I'm ready to do A, B, and C. So that's my mission. That's my passion. That's the way I help people. I've been in customer service all my life, and every job that I have must involve people because I love people. I'm a people's person. And so while I was looking for my passion, I didn't realize that I was already doing it. I've been doing this for about 12 years now. I started joining all of these organizations, and the NCNW, the Greater Bridgeport section, was one of the first ones that I joined, and I was like, this feels really good. It feels like a sorority. The women that I met were just so supportive, so friendly, and so welcoming, and I just really wanted to be there. And they gave me the sense of sisterhood. Black woman to black woman, we could talk about things that we cannot talk about with our husbands or with our other friends. So it's just like, it's like home to me. And I love it. And I think that if you're looking to become a part of something that's bigger than you are, and you want to make a difference in your community, however small it may be, come to one of our meetings, or, please give me a call on my cell phone, a text, or an email. My number's right there, 203-687-2778. You can text me. We can have a conversation and see where it takes us. You'll be under no obligations whatsoever. So the purpose, the Greater Bridgeport section of the NCNW was chartered March 18th, 1947. So some of the girls that are in the organization, their parents brought them in, and their grandparents brought their parents in. So just a legacy of that. I love that, It gives you a sense of belonging. It was by a group of women concerned about their community and the diversity of family outreach and needs. So we are, it's a federally recognized 5013C organization focused on education, supporting the elderly, and empowering the community at large. Bridgeport was the first of 4 sections in the state of Connecticut. So if you join Bridgeport, you'll be part of one of the first of 4 sections. We have annual events, and one of them that I'm in charge of, so I'll talk about that one first. The other ones are nice too, but mine, I feel like, is really, really close to my heart because I am a people's person. So I do the annual membership tea, and which involves inviting members and guests to our membership tea. And we have, what I like about it, I feel like a little girl, we have really, really, really fine china that we drink our tea out of. So many different, and Ellen Morgan, she's our recording secretary. She's in charge of storing all of that for us, and she keeps it in excellent condition. Thank you, Ellen. And I just feel like a little kid with my tea sets when I'm doing that. So we all come together. And then another thing that I do is not just about the china. I like to bake. I love to cook. I'm just in my moment. it just warms my soul when I cook. So I make all these little different pies and scones and, biscuits and stuff like that. And then all the members come together and we honor, we invite people to join, okay? And we honor new members. At least that's what I'm going to start doing this next tea. I was doing a membership tea and then a month later having a new member orientation, but I learned that we had to cancel it this year because it's just too much and we don't want everybody to be overwhelmed. So the membership tea and the new member orientation will be combined, where we honor each new member with whatever it is that we choose to do at that particular time. And we eat and we drink our tea and we just kind of fellowship and have a wonderful day and collect applications and enjoy all of our new members. Our last membership tea, we had 14 new members. I would really love to double that in my dreams, of course, but I would really love to increase that number because we are powerful in numbers. And the meetings are so, they're spread out. We only have meetings once a month, and most of them in the winter are on Zoom. And then we skip the summer, which is July and August. I believe those are the 2 months. Yeah, July and August, we skip those 2 months. And so it's 10 meetings. If you cannot attend them all in person or via Zoom, we have the minutes and we'll share all that information to you. There's so many ways to help the community. You don't always have to be on hands. You can help administratively. We could do festival, community events. We can go to school and read books to the children. It's pretty much you make your own schedule. Of course, we have committees and we kind of discuss what we're going to do and when we're going to do it. And everybody can participate just by, going to a school and reading a book to a child, or just, supporting. I know one time we had a soul food for finals. Oh, I love that so much. What we did for the community, it was finals for the college students. It was around April, I believe. And so what we did, we all cooked a big dinner, and we had the Greater Bridgeport Collegiate students come in, and some of the high school students too, I believe, came in, and just get a nice home-cooked meal. We had like fried chicken. It was a soul food thing. I made the macaroni and cheese, one of my specialties, and we had pies and all different types of, desserts and vegetables, so that these college students, which, most of them don't have any money, let's face it, because you're in college trying to get an education so that you can get a good job. They're mostly eating ramen noodles, staying up all night trying to, study for their final. So what we did, we made them a nice home-cooked meal, had a nice conversation with them, and packed them up some food to go so that they can have, proper nourishment to allow them to stay up all night and pull an all-nighter to study. So that was one of the fun things that I was a part of. And one of the things that we do for the community, besides clothes drives and food drives and things like that, we have, I also work with a lot of, well, not a lot, but there's like 3. That's a lot for me because I'm pretty busy. They have some churches that will, serve the community food like every other Saturday. And, sometimes I go down there and we'll volunteer some sodas or something, and I'll get a meal because the food is just so good. They cook so good. And they set up, and it's not like you're just, giving out food to the homeless. They set it up really nice, and I'm trying to think of the name as I talk, but they set it up like a restaurant. There's tablecloths on the table, and everybody that comes in, they make them feel like, they're special, because we all are special. And as I said at the very beginning, no one is better than anyone else. We all deserve respect, and we are all special, and we all need love. And so when you're down and out, that's when, we want to be there for you. That's one of the things that this organization, I can say, is all about helping people. We like to do that. But like I said, one of the things that we need to do is come together, support one another businesses. And within this organization, we can do that. But if you only have a few people, it's a little bit extra work on those few people. But if we can get another, 10, 15, 20 members to join, it lessens the pressure on everybody. And you're doing one little thing. And, once a month we're having meetings, and it just, it makes the job a lot easier when we're powerful in numbers and we have 5 people working on one committee or 10 people working on one committee and getting things done. And I like to see us actually do a little bit more in the neighborhood, because a lot of people have never heard of the NCNW. And like I just read, the NCNW in Bridgeport was chartered May 18th in 1947. That is a long time to be around and still have people not be familiar with it. So we want to bring awareness out, and one way to do that is to grow our membership and to be out and about in the community, in the schools, in the senior centers. I advocate for seniors. I love my Medicare clients. I'm doing a big party for them actually this weekend. So we're powerful in numbers, and we need more people. So please share this information with your families. Share this information with all the women in your families, even, high school students, because we have a Sunshine Club, and, they got to start somewhere. We want to give them information about the NCNW. Okay, so that's enough about the membership tea. We do it once a year, okay? So that's another event that we have, and it's an opportunity to fellowship for current members and interest in future members, okay? And then we have probably the most important event. I just want to do mine first because, hey, I'm here talking about it. But the most important event, in my opinion, is our Founders Day, okay? During our annual Founders Day, the Greater Bridgeport section honors members of the community for their outstanding contributions, dedications, and commitments. And so that is a huge, huge deal. Our Founders Day, we have so many people. Well, there's 5 people that we honor. We have the, which one is this? We have, okay, here we go, I'm sorry. We have the Margaret E. Morton Civic Award. Is that the first one? Yes, that's the first one. And we have the Queen E. Vinson Section Award. I was one of those. The Dorothy Alsop Entrepreneur Award, and the Marie Morgan Community Service Award. And then we have the Youth Award, my favorite. Because whoever wins the Youth Award, if they're not too shy like our last guy was, I invite them on the show, them and their friends, and we do like a little podcast. And then we have them on the show, and they get to showcase what they specialize in, what they're going to school for, and just to, inspire other high school students as well, that, they can become anything they want to do. And, they could become anything they want, and, become one of our youth awards. If that's something that they like to do, and encourage other people, basically. That's one of the things. So our Founders Day, and we always have it at the same place, Orono Country Club. I think they have a new name. I have an old book here, but we honor those 5 awardees, and then we have entertainment. This year we have Phoenix Fire. She was fire, okay? That that's the operative word here, fire. She tore it up. She sung so well. And so we also have this ad journal where we get members of our community, business members of our community, to take out an ad and submit it and then we print it up in our annual Founders Day Celebration Award so that people could become familiar with what's going on in the community, what new restaurants are open, who's, just anything. Like me, I'm in here. Who's your insurance agent? I'm on the front cover because this was the year that I actually participated and put together this ad journal. And it was actually a lot of work, but it was a lot of fun. And I took it on for 1 year. And so this is not something I would do every single year. Like each person, will pass it on and everyone can become an expert at doing everything. We like to kind of cross-train everyone because we select a new slate of officers every 2 years. So get yourself familiar with, what the president does, what the first vice president does, the second vice president. We have a secretary, treasurer, financial secretary, historian, parliamentarian, a chaplain, and a sunshine club. Actually, I'm not sure about the sunshine club. We used to have a sunshine club. I'm waiting for the new booklet, and as soon as I get it, I'll be able to let you know exactly what we have. But people, women out there, whether you're a mom, a teacher, a student, auntie, whomever you are, we really need your support. And we're not asking for any financial support. We're asking for you, whether you can support us by coming to the meetings, joining our organization. And if you're not available to meet in person, we always do things on Zoom. If there's things you could do from afar, you can, like I said before, read a book to a child, hand out food in a food line, do a clothes drive, but we all come together and try to help our community. It's all for one purpose, is to make our community stronger, especially for the Black females, which are African American, Black, whatever you want to say, which I consider, I'll be 65 in a few weeks, and I know the respect that I get and don't get, and who it comes from, why, when, and where. So I think it's important that we earn that. And okay, so I'm out of time. And I want to thank you all so much for joining me today. This is the David Goodman Reality and Truth Show, and we're on your side.